We set out on a journey across Nigeria to find the unsung heroes of the modern church. We looked deeply into the media teams that truly power the digital face of the Nigerian church today. From the immense auditorium of a large church to the intimate setup of a growing church, the names are different, but the mission is universal: to eliminate all distraction and deliver the gospel with clarity and with power. And this is where the media team lives. We like to call them the quiet engineers. See, we asked them, what does it really take? The answer was always the same. They said commitment. But beneath the commitment is a set of challenges that are frustratingly similar across every denomination and every budget bracket. This is their reality, and this is church media today.
My name is Adura Migba Olayinka. I'm a church media professional, co-founder Church Media X and co-pioneer Church Media Professionals Network.
So I'd just like to ask a few questions around how the media team works at Elevation Church. Right, I think this is the Greater Lekki side, which is also the headquarters.
This is the Lekki headquarters.
All right. So what tools do you use for church projection here at?
Yes, we use Pro Presenter for our projections, and
All right, and then I was looking at the media or the multimedia room. I saw there were about 4 or 5 compartments. So do you mind just walking through what those 4 or 5 compartments do and how they exist?
First, we have a part is for visual mixing. Mm-hmm. The second is for Pro Presenter team. The second is for online streaming. The fourth is for social media, while the fifth one is for audio broadcast. Yes, that is broadcast mix.
All right. So thank you very much. So for the level of what or the level of skill that is being enacted here at Elevation Church, how important do you think live streaming is for the church?
We can't just stay in our churches, confined in the 4 walls. Now churches, even my church, the Elevation Church, have more audiences online than people who attend any of our physical center, even the headquarters. Yes, so online church is a very massive audience, and every church have to invest in the media team, to be able to have a good a good service experience for the online church.
All right, thank you very much for that. How often does your team scale up, and do you even think it's necessary for the media team to scale?
Everything has to be intentional. First, you can't blame a team that you do not educate, that you do not train, that you are not concerned about their improvement. And of course, the greatest room in life is the room for improvement. So we do scaling, upskilling every month. At least we do have sections where, for example, Pro Presenter team, they would teach themselves of the new things, that has come up, maybe new updates, within the Pro Presenter software. And for the new members, it takes them about 1 month to actively rehearse during rehearsals, before they are able to work during service. So that gives an highlight of what training is. So if you do not train, so you have to invest in training, and investing in training, it means that you will have to power on all the system, the screens and everything involving what they are doing, for them to be able to test run service and have a good service experience. That will give them, of course, that could be expensive for some churches, but I just have to say that it could be expensive because you have to turn on the big gen, run LED screens if you have for rehearsal, and so upskilling is important. And of course, the benefit to that is that there will be a good service experience online and even in person.
All right, thank you very much. And then finally, what does your overall media team look like? So in terms of number, and then also if you can just, I don't know if you already named the teams, right? So you can just maybe say, oh, in this team there are about 5 people or 6 people, thereabouts. Just try to, it might not be exact because you might not have all of the numbers, but just try to speculate.
Okay, so for that, so for me as a church media professional, I drew a diagram some times ago that talks about structures in the media team. So that could be complex because you have to have about 14 functional team under the multimedia team. But for what we run here at the Elevation Church, we have cinematography team, which involves camera and visual mixing. We have pro presenter. We have live streaming team. We have audio, of course. We have lighting. We have stage management. We have audio, of course, and we do three mixes. 3 audio mixes, stage mix, front of house, and broadcast mix. We have social media team, photography team, content writers. We have graphics team that runs the service. We have yes, I think those are the key areas. So under all of these, there are different teams too, and yes.
So how many people would you say work with the multimedia department in general? Speculate.
Okay, I can't really put a number to how many the whole team are, but to run a service, first you need 6. We run a 6 camera production, so it means you have to have 6 people times 2 to run a service. That is for just camera. You have 6 camera and 2 person have to be on one, so they would exchange. For pro presenter team, we have 3 pro presenter system. That means we have to have minimum of 5 people who are around, 1 person directing the 3 people of what to do, and then 1 person in case for swapping, maybe someone needs to ease himself or herself. For online streaming, there have to be 2 people, 1 person who knows all what to do, and another person who is checking out for mistakes or previewing it online. And of course we have the online team that monitors what live stream push it out in case there's any gap, maybe no audio or something. So 2 people have to be on seats for
so if you could just give like a number, I know it's going to be very difficult.
A number.
So we say in like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s,
not less than 20 personnel have to be on seats in different positions to run a service. Not less than
20 on seats.
Yes.
All right. Finally, just one last thing. I think there was something interesting you mentioned when we were in the media or the multimedia room. You said something around how you build up backups for internet connections in case one fails, so that the church doesn't run into your house. So can you just explain what that is and how that works?
Oh yes, first on that is called encoder. Yes, what you're talking about is called encoder. So what that basically does is that it aggregates multiple internet source into one. So when you are streaming, when one goes down, the other one automatically picks up. And yes, so because you do not want a misfortune or a mistake or whatsoever way we can describe it of your internet provider company and affect your online service, your online audience. Yes, so which is why you need to have backup and backup and backup. So what we do 5 internet connections just to make sure that we are on a safe side. Yes.
Right. So thank you. Would you want to say anything just in conclusion before we wrap it up?
Okay. As a church media professional, I know the necessity of what it means to have a fully functional media setup, in your churches, and you do not want to play about that. And because, as I said earlier, there are churches who their online members are way more than their physical members. So if you do not, you have to invest to harvest. So you have to invest in the media, your media setup. Now, for pastors, you need to know when media team are demanding for equipment. It's not just for the church aesthetics. No, do not think that. It's for the online church. So imagine you are building a physical structure, facility for your online team. Those investments, you will have to invest them in light, in sound, in visual mixing board, in computers, fast enough systems that can run the service smoothly, into cameras and different parts. So do not see investment in media team is investing in a whole full church. Say it that way, and I think that will help pastors and yes, church leaders, ministry leaders, even outreaches, evangelism,